Now, there's nothing like I have a solution. It's either you have a solution or you don't. That is what it is. That should guide you when you're making decisions. It should take you to the end of the problem you're trying to solve. Something applies to the Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They responded to the king and said, "O king, with all the respect, we'll give you your respect, but we will not be careful on how we will respond to you on this matter of our spiritual lives." So we have got to utilize the time given unto us, knowing that this time is not stagnant. It's not like we can revisit and use it. No, if it goes, it goes. And there's time for everything. Your decision has got to be based on the truth. Face it. Be brutal about the truth when it comes to decision making. You cannot lie to yourself, especially here at a personal level where you have you have every capacity to find that to make decisions based on the truth, because it's about you and you're the one to make the decision. Decision making attracts a cost. Yeah, whatever decision you make attracts a cost, and you've got to assess the cost. Are you able to meet that cost, and can you afford the cost? It could be not only financial, it could also be time. It could be energy. Do you have the energy for the decision that to actualize the decision that you've made? So you make your decisions and you assess this element of cost. What does it cost you? Can you afford? So that you do not stall halfway. So that you do not waste your time, waste your resources. Because we know that decisions, as I said earlier, leads us to solving certain problems. Yeah. So if the execution of a decision is not complete, then we will not have a solution. It hangs somewhere in the middle. Now, there's nothing like I have a solution. It's either you have a solution or you don't. That is what it is. That should guide you when you're making decisions. It should take you to the end of the problem you're trying to solve. It should take you to the solution, not halfway the solution. Now, another thing is narrow down your choices. Sometimes we get so excited about choices. You're spoiled for choice. And whenever you're spoiled for choice, you actually don't make a choice. You don't make a decision. If you want to move to a certain place and you have 101 choices, chances are that it will be so much for you. So narrow your choices to maybe 3 or 4, and then now begin to make a decision from there, that personal decision. And James 4:1, it says, "What causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you?" Desires, too many desires. You have too many things, choices, things to choose from. You've got to narrow them down. It helps you to make decisions quickly and perhaps even more accurately. Very importantly, is to answer the question, who am I? Where do you fit on this earth? It's like, think of blocks, building blocks. And then, so which block are you? If you're building a wall, where do you fit? This is the most important part when it comes to decision making and at personal level, because you must know, who are you? Many times when we go for interviews, we asked, tell us about yourself. Of course, we normally tailor make or take our response. Even the people listening, they want to hear about your experience, your whatever, your education background, your achievements, but in relation to the job in question. Now, that's not who you are. That's a very small part of who you are. Because really who you are is more than the things that you do. It's more than the broken things that you do. There's a summary of who you are. For me, I always know that I'm God's idea. I'm a child of God, and I am a woman. Meaning, I have come fully packaged for my call. It only depends on what am I supposed to do here and there and there. But who I am God's idea. I'm a child of God, and that's who you are. You are God's idea. You are a child of God, fully loaded for the purpose that you've been called to do. Now from here, even the decisions that you're going to make has got to address the issue of who you are in the eyes of God, in the eyes of your Creator. Who are you? The other principle is that you need to surround yourself with wise people. People who can give you good opinions. Do not surround yourself with people who are clueless. You're always asking for something and they tell you, or mean people. There are people who are mean, They have ideas, but they don't want to share with you. They think you will overtake them or something like that. Unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe it's something debatable, but really, it doesn't change who you are. It doesn't change who you are. So you've got to surround yourself with people who are willing to support you and to counsel you and to guide you. For your information, there are also those who wish that you fail. They can withhold some information so that you fail. Let's look at Proverbs 13:20, and it says, "Walk with the wise, become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." And we always say we cannot choose where we are born. We don't choose our brothers and sisters. We don't choose, but we can choose friends. The people that you walk around with, you have the freedom of choice, the same place of decision making. The other principle is that you've got to leave room for failure. The thing that we fear when it comes to making decisions, you're like, hii ni sasa mimi nikisema hivi watu watasema mimi ndio nilisema, so hiyo kitu hapana, I will not participate. Leave room for failure. I mean, it's normal. It's normal to human beings, and our God has taken care of that. I'm not saying that yes, be flexible, that room for failure, but do not quit. That's the most important part. Never quit. Have your plan A, B to Z. Our God tells us that everything works for good to those who love God, including your failures, including the bad breaks. Everything works for good to those who love God and are working according to His purpose. You know you are a child of God. You know your decisions are based on truth. You know you are committed and you have the backing of heaven. Everything will work for good for you because you love God and you're walking according to the purpose that He has for you. So do not fear failure. Leave some room for it. If it happens, go to the other plan. It shall be well in the long run. That verse, is an assurance. It summarizes everything for us. Now, you must also tune out distractions. When you're making decisions, have some moment of peace for your own self, some solitude. Luke 5:16 says, "But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed." Yeah. So you've got to tune down the distractions. Tune them out. When you want to make a decision, just go to a certain place or take your retreat. Even you can be in a crowd. I don't know if you're like me. You can retreat even within a crowd and be in that place of no noise, and then you make your decision. Yeah, because you need minimal distractions for you to have accurate decisions. Joshua 24:14 to 15. But I want to start from 14. I will read it. "Now fear the Lord and serve Him with all faithfulness. Throw away the gods of your ancestors worship beyond the Euphrates River and in Egypt and serve the Lord. But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourself this day whom you will serve. Whether the gods your ancestors served beyond the Euphrates or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. But as for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. That was Joshua's position, a leader of a nation at that time, making a personal decision. He said, hey guys, you want to worship wherever? It's okay. But for me, that's a spiritual area. For me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Same thing applies to the Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. A time came when they were, facing a situation where they're being forced to worship idols. And there were some harsh penalties for that. But I said, they responded to the king and said, "O king, with all the respect, with all your respect, we'll give you your respect. But we will not be careful on how we will respond to you on this matter of our spiritual lives. Whether our God will deliver us or not," they said their God, they knew, they had faith, their God would deliver them. Christ would deliver them. But they said, even if he doesn't, we will still not change our minds. We will still not bow to those, to the gods, to your gods. That was a seriously personal decision, to the point of death. That was a serious personal position. Nothing could move it. And I think it is very important if we can get to that place when it comes to we come to the place of our personal lives, personal decisions, areas of personal decisions. We must take very firm positions. When it comes to decision making, and also even through other levels, you have got to be firm. You make a decision and you don't keep changing, shifting here and there. I mean, really, when will we move? When shall we move? It is not profitable to you, not to be firm in your decisions. Before long, people will also lose confidence in you. So that's it about the principles of decision making at personal level.